You fucking donut.
Yeah, so last session, you guys were selling a bunch of stuff. You guys were putting up some performances, doing a little bit of games, getting some good money, making some people happy, making other people angry, maybe making some enemies along the way, but also some friends. Uh-oh, just saw the roll. And yeah, and you guys got your first mission after training with Marshall Nestra the previous session to go check out this inventor, Tatina Rukeldus, who looks like they may be collaborating with the Red Dragon Army to some degree. So yeah, so your guys' mission was to basically bring Than over to her workshop. She's down south of Calaman past this nice brook called the Esther Brook. Lives alone seemingly in this workshop, and it turns out she is being, it's hard to tell if it's an attack or if they're trying to capture her, but it's definitely a hostile situation with a bunch of goblins who serve the Red Dragon Army. So yeah, these goblins, I maybe didn't describe them too well. They're pretty short humanoids, about 3 to 4-ish feet. You know, goblin faces, right? Kind of elongated faces coming out, elongated noses, and big kind of elfish ears, but a little more rough around the edges. All kinds of hairstyles, and I would imagine it's not just one generic goblin everywhere. You can imagine, you know, different colors, different, you know, different genders, etc., different tools, but for the sake of simplicity of the map, they look like the same token. And then yeah, this big old, actually, let me see. Yeah, I mean, as this is all happening, I'm actually going to share this real quick. Tatina, I think this is actually a pretty good image from the book. But yeah, Tatina is actually out at the top of her workshop, just throwing her inventions out. She sounds like she's been throwing her inventions out, her crazy mechanical chickens, her teeth things, and it's seemingly trying to defend her location, her home. So this is a really cool image actually from the book that I think kind of showcases what you all are walking into right now. So hopefully this kind of draws a better picture. All kinds of goblins with all kinds of tools, and Tatina's trying her best at the top of her kooky little steampunk-ish workshop at the top of this hill, throwing all kinds of gizmos and gadgets. You guys can hear all kinds of metallic clinking sounds and steam pops, and then this weird mechanic chicken sound just emanating throughout the field. Here's kind of a better zoom in on Tatina. She has a long blonde ponytail, gnome features, and seemingly quite feminine with the classic tinkerer goggles at the top there. But yeah, she's just shouting all kinds of obscenities. I kind of imagine her just cursing up a storm and just saying all kinds of shit like get off my run and all kinds of stuff like that. And I'm getting tea real quick, so I'm gonna grab that. Thank you, Abbey. And yeah, that's kind of that scene. And then from what I can remember from combat, and you guys can definitely jump in here to help me out, but yeah, I think Sneak kind of saw that this was happening first. He was able to make his way up the hills first stealthily and did a pretty good job of like kind of recounting what the hell's going on. And there's like goblins, and it seems like Tatina's being attacked, but unfortunately later on, Sneak, you kind of stumbled onto 2 hidden goblins. So I mean, it looks like this place is totally crowded, and there may be more of them in the woodwork. Melvin and Lyx, I know Melvin, you cast a spell that kind of was countered by Tatina's own inventions. I think you tried to make them go to sleep, and you did succeed, but then one of Tatina's inventions basically slapped them all awake. So it was just really unlucky situation there for you. And Lyx, I don't remember what you did. You may have fried someone's brain, but I do remember Willow finally calling on Spitfire, the horse, using her, did I give you a ring? Yes, I think I gave you a ring of animal handling. Misko gave you a ring of animal handling. You charge up the hill very heroically, and you do miss, unfortunately, your first attack, but thankfully you're a level 5 barbarian now, and you have that extra attack. You landed that on the goblin, but unfortunately right after, boom, you get hit with a critical hit from a short bow actually. And actually, I did want you to do this animal handling check because I feel like this is an intense moment for your horse, and you kind of haven't, you haven't brought out the horse much, to be fair. So I think it's fair, and maybe the horse doesn't fully trust you yet, Spitfire. So unfortunately with that, what's gonna happen is, let's say that the leader comes out, right? The leader comes out of the bushes way up here, starts yelling like, "What's going on? Why isn't she captured yet?" And, more goblins come out of nowhere, right? Start coming out of the woods, and obviously you got shot, Willow, right? So your horse, I think, does freak out and does shove you off with that weak animal handling. So what I'll say is that you are now prone on the ground, and I'm just gonna say,
Can I at least
roll an acrobatics to see if I'm not prone, or are we just
That's
gonna
fair.
call
That's fair.
time?
No, I
Okay,
can let that. I can allow that.
because all of that was fair. I
Yeah,
have
yeah,
not
yeah,
come
yeah.
up.
Yeah, yeah. And your horse does scutter away a little bit, but I won't say it's still a war horse. It's still trained. It's not totally freaked out. Yeah, you're prone.
I tried.
Sorry.
No, also good.
Um,
All good.
so remember, prone just means, well, it is pretty bad. There are advantage on you from melee attacks, but not from range attacks, actually. So kind of good, maybe kind of bad. So Warhorse goes away. So yeah, shit's kind of hitting the fan, and I probably should have played a little bit of music. Yeah, and so as all this is happening, the leader comes out, bursts through the woods. The leader is actually wearing this really cool, almost, I should have gotten an image of him, but I'll kind of make him huge for a second just so you could kind of see a better image of him. Has this, donning this really cool red armor adornation over their armor. They're bigger. They're bigger than the normal goblins. So this is a hobgoblin. They're red skinned. And this guy actually has a really sleek looking long sword, it looks like, using a powerful looking long sword bursting into the scene. Pretty intimidating. And yeah, this one's probably around 5 foot something. So still not huge, but definitely bigger than the goblins. And let me move him back. But yeah, any questions there with the setup, with anything I've said so far or anything I may have missed? Okay. So yeah, as this is all happening, you all hear a scream from the back as more goblins approach from the south end of the hill. And I need you all to make a perception check, except for Lyx. Lyx, you're close enough that you're just gonna know exactly what happens here. And remember, you guys can turn down the music if you need to. Okay, great. Okay, everyone hears this. So everyone hears.
Actually, just as a reminder, and I hate being fair. Melvin did not. Just as a reminder that Melvin, as a new Anesti, his eyes are
Oh, yes, thank you.
1000% for a Underdark.
Yes. I will say that part of this is auditory. So I think, I can't imagine the sunlight. I can't really make up a reason in my head why the sunlight would hurt. I mean, maybe it's so bright. I don't know. I guess you don't hear it if you don't want to.
Oh, I'd like to hear it.
I think auditory makes sense. I think auditory makes sense. So yes, everyone hears, "Hey, they look like the gnome inventors! Capture them!" And they're yelling, it looks like, at our two gnome friends who are right here. And immediately you guys hear, especially, or everyone hears, including you, Melvin, Dan screaming like, "Ah! Whoa! Whoa! Ah! Help! Oh, God, help!" And he's kind of looking at you as he's starting to cower. He kind of has the dagger that Sneak gave him and like is trembling as the goblins from behind are seemingly gonna go after both you and Thanlick. And now Than is in direct danger. And I imagine some of these have like ropes, maybe they have handcuffs. It looks like they have gear to like capture people. Okay, so that is where we are. And we are rolling right into the combat. All this shit has happened. And Melvin, you're kicking us off, and then we're going straight to Lyx Sandbottom.
So if Melvin hasn't already transformed, he's gonna do a spin on his heel, revealing himself to be Melodia Mirage, grows several feet taller, and I am going to use a bonus action. Honey, you're about to feel as fabulous as me. Feel the inspiration. So I'm going to choose up to 5 creatures that have a reaction speed, their full movement. So that's going to be all of the bronze burst and the horse.
Okay, what's the range of that again?
60.
Okay, and do you have to see them, or is just the inspiration, this is your feat, right?
This is College of Bard, College
Right.
of Glamour.
Okay, cool. So everyone can use a reaction now, or everyone gets a little health shield, right?
Yup, they get
Okay.
5 temporary hit point shield.
Okay.
And then they also get to move their reaction speed. So the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to hold an action against Homeboy here. I'm going to hold.
Okay. So did you get Than, sorry, or was it just the bombers?
Than as well.
Okay, so Than also has it. Okay, cool. For the sake of simplicity with Than, I think I'll just give him I'll up his health. I think that'll be okay.
And then I am going to move back here and end my turn.
Okay, what I'm gonna do is I think Than is too scared to react, but he does suddenly feel this bursts of energy and health, and he's kind of freaking out. He has no idea what's going on. But yeah, everyone else can react if they want to. You can use your reactions to move. Is it up to your movement speed?
Up to your movement speed.
Okay. Yeah, everyone can move now if you want. And I think you can disengage and not take opportunity attacks, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, in your case, Willow, you wouldn't get hit by opportunity attack.
So everybody, Melodia also shouts, y'all, get it together, reposition yourselves. We've got more incoming.
Cool. I need to get more cool, sassy Melodia songs, so you need to send me them, like instrumentals. And
Okay.
and actually, that could be a fun thing for everyone to do if you want. I can try and be a DJ too, but that's the best I got, which is kind of chill, too chill. Awesome. So reposition yourself, everyone. I'll give you all a moment to do that. If anyone's not doing that, then just tell me so that we can move on to Lyx. And
Since
anything
we
else
have-
for you, Melvin? Sorry.
Nope, that's all action, bonus action, movement.
Perfect.
Can I also move close to Melvin? Like move back over by Melvin?
Yeah.
Cool. Position myself.
Yep. Okay.
Can I just use that to be not prone? Because usually that's half your
Oh
movement. I
yeah.
don't really
Oh
feel like I'm
definitely.
doing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you could still move 15 feet, I think. Or I don't know what your movement speed is, but is it
It's
30?
40.
Oh, because you're level 5. So yeah, you can move 20 feet if you want.
Okay.
And you won't get hit. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna put the combat back on. All right, Lyx, you're up as Willow moves themselves. Let me know if you
Also
need.
include your horse too.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
So the horse, I'll say the horse actually runs back a little closer, a little frizzled by all the inventions, running a little more closely back to Willow. All
Ready?
right, Lyx. Yep.
Okay, so with Melvin's support, I twist and I see that Than's in danger. Then I'll run to him with that reaction, and then I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers
Okay.
on the one closest to us. So this one.
The middle one, I think.
Yep,
Okay.
the middle.
Yep.
Mhm.
So do I have to do a save or is it a hit for you?
Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. 13.
Nope.
Okay.
All
What
right.
happens?
3d6 psychic damage.
Oh shit. Yeah, and this goblin's
Ooh.
like, we're gonna get paid good for you, gnomes. And I think Willow, the goblin that you kind of dart around. Yeah, Melvin, actually, can you describe the music real quick, or like what kind of energy vibe comes out to make this this kind of effect on all your friends?
I think it's mostly the phrase. So the held action was against whatever Abbey was going to attack.
Okay,
So since he did, it was a held action
sure.
to combine with Lyx.
Okay.
So we are trying to hold the action to combine spells.
Sure.
I guess it's an ascending note that sort of hurls the radiant light at the target.
Okay, they fail. They're saved. So so if it's combined, that means you're going for the same person, right?
Yes.
Okay. What does this combination look like to you two?
So I'm sorry, I
Because-
misspoke because Errol and I had texted about this. I apologize. So what we had discussed was me using Ray of Sickness and then like a
Okay.
helix of that energy, because his is that
Oh.
radiant damage and mine is that necrotic damage.
Okay, cool. I'll allow it, but I'll tell you, you guys are absolutely annihilating this guy. So what does it look like?
Oh God. Okay.
Go ahead and fully describe it, both of you.
Okay, well, like I said, I imagine this like, what color is your beam, Melvin?
It's kind of like a moonlight shining beam.
Okay, so imagine that like moonlight with just like a thick, dark smoke, like kind of swirling right through this guy's chest. Maybe the energies like I'm shouting out and the energies are swirling and connect in the air and then pierce right through this guy's chest.
So that happens, and this is the same guy that's kind of like maybe twirling around like a rope with a net or something. Like, you gnomes are, and then just this fucking insane beam that you just described just goes just through this guy, absolutely dead, falls to the ground immediately, and the two next to them are visibly like, holy shit, what the all right, any bonus actions? Even Dan is also like, ah, what? He's like looking at you in shock.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna yell, Dan, we need to get undercover, and I'm gonna move. Can I move half my movement speed, but like hold him, like drag him with me?
I'll say since Melvin cast that thing and he had no idea how to do it, he still has that energy in him, so sure.
Okay, so I would say maybe I can get 5, 10, 15, 20. Maybe we can get on the other side of this rock.
That's fine, yep.
Okay.
Sure, I'm guessing you're dragging him from behind, probably makes sense.
Yeah. Like,
Do an athletics check real quick.
yeah.
Okay, anything else but after this for you?
No.
Okay.
And so athletics, that would only be a 13.
That's good enough for Dan. He's a little
Okay,
boy.
epic.
Okay, so we're going back to the top, and I'm gonna say that the weird inventions start to move around a little. So the chicken goes over here, does the weird, just weird fucking noises. The chattering's teeth kind of like do this weird hop. They like hop around almost like a weird hyperactive frog. These snake things start to slither in, and I'm actually gonna say that this one gets opportunity attacked by both these goblins and gets destroyed as that one slithers in. This one's gonna slither in that way. These chattering teeth go over here. This one starts to go around this guy. This chicken starts balking and also moving toward the center of the field. And this snake thing starts to move toward this big group in the middle too. This chicken also goes down. So we have the hobgoblin captain. The new person actually rolled the highest initiative, beating you, Sneak. So after the hobgoblin captain is your turn, Sneak. But this hobgoblin captain looks at the battlefield and says, "Soldiers of the Red Dragon Army, held in there. Our reward will be great." And you kind of see like some of them get hyped again. Like some of the goblins look like they're ready to roll as he moves up to here, rushing into the battlefield, sword drawn, running out of the woods. Now pretty clear to you, Willow, especially. Sneak, Melvin, and Lyx, you guys hear him, but kind of play along with the role play that you don't know exactly where he is, if you can. But you definitely heard that direction. You heard some new person jumping in on the fray. Okay, Sneak, I think that's it for this guy. Actually, he's gonna go ahead and slash this snake to bits. As Tatina screams out, "You bastard! Not Twisty!" I don't know. So Twisty, the snake, is no more. All right, Sneak, your turn, and then we got Willow.
Okay, I may just try to make my way towards her, towards the girl. I forgot her name. Tatiana
Tatina?
or whatever. Tatina,
She's in
yeah.
her workshop. Yeah, she's way
So
up here in her workshop.
I might try to move at least like 40 feet
Okay.
to this guy over here. So I'll move.
You will. So to do that, so this is a wagon, right? So this is
Can I like go up over the wagon and jump on it?
You could. I'll probably say that you'll move 30 feet though if you do that, and you do have
Okay.
to make an unless you do a really good acrobatics check. So go ahead and
Okay.
do that.
Let's see if I can do it.
So you're trying to kind of like maneuver through this wagon filled with all kinds of gears and shit. Yeah, it's not quite good enough. So what I'll do for you, Sneak, is I think you can end up on the wagon. Is what I'll
Okay,
give
I'm
you.
cool with that. I'll do that.
So you can go on the wagon.
So I end up getting on the wagon, and since I'm at the dude to the right, maybe I'll just try to like reach my arm down and shoot an arrow at him.
Yeah, you definitely can. I mean, there's like kind of an opening there with the arm holds of it. So yeah, it's pretty easy to aim through it actually.
All right, so we'll go ahead and do 15.
That hits. Roll for damage. Oh wait, that's already there. Okay,
Yep.
so yep, he gets hit. I forget you have that cool setting. He gets hit. It does hurt, but it looks like he's still kicking.
Maybe got him in the shoulder or something.
Yeah, and he's like, and he definitely knows where you are and kind of is like, fuck you. Anything
Cool.
else?
I think maybe can I duck down behind the wagon and
You can
get
take
out of
a
sight?
bonus action to hide.
Yeah, I would like to hide.
Do that and do a stealth check. I will say it's impossible kind of to hide from the guy you just shot, but everyone else is fair game. Wow, okay, that's really good. So actually, okay, so you are now hidden from everyone, Sneak.
Cool. I was able to dig down and
maybe the guy you shot has a better idea of where you are, but like not exactly.
I was able to dig down and hide in the trash that's in the wagon.
Yeah. So yeah, now you're hidden. So remember, when you're hidden, your next attack, if you attack right away, will be at advantage, and then you add your sneak attack.
Cool.
Dice
Now
to
then,
that.
my turn.
Cool. All right, Willow, you're up.
All right. So now that I'm in the fray, I'm pretty sure I didn't rage before because I wasn't in it yet. So I'm going to go ahead and kick into a rage.
Okay.
And I'm going to attack the person that I am like right up against with my first attack.
Do it.
And one-handed.
That hits. And honestly, they're low enough health that you're going to kill them. So how do you do this?
I mean, I just hit him before and I was like, no, I don't have anything witty. I'm sorry.
Okay, you kill. I mean, yeah, you kill him.
First one, let's go. And since I have 2 attacks, I'm going to use my reaction to activate the blessing. And since he's just in range, I'm going to hit the general with radiant beam.
So this guy's in the way, actually. This guy's in the way of that attack.
That's fair.
Because it would be like kind of a diagonal hit from here, and the little goblin boy's in the way.
Okay. I will move over 10 feet and then I will hit him.
Okay.
Because I'm not in melee with anybody, so it's not an opportunity attack anymore.
You're good.
So maybe I don't want to move right. I'll move here and then I'm gonna try to hit him with that. And it's just the same thing I normally do.
Yep.
To hit.
Okay. So yeah, he sees you and you send out this radiance and he's caught. He's definitely caught off guard, but kind of moves to the side as your blast doesn't quite make contact with the hobgoblin captain. And then he looks at you, sword up, kind of like this, like a Jedi ready to roll, but pretty skillfully dodged your attack.
Okay.
All right. Anything else for you?
No, I let him know that he's the target and I've got range. That's about it.
Cool. Okay, it's the goblin's turns, and I'm gonna say, so not the captain. I'm gonna say the guy next to you swings immediately at you, Willow, with a short sword or a shitty scimitar, and oh wow, that's actually a decent hit. 17 hits, right? Yep. So they're gonna do some damage. They're actually gonna do 5 damage to you. Actually, it'll be 3 damage because of your rage. So I'll let you do that.
So I just subtract that from the temporary at the top.
Yes, exactly. Yep. So that's what that does.
Thanks,
exactly.
Melodia.
So yeah, you still have 2 more of that shield, of the health shield. Okay, I'm gonna say this guy's actually gonna run to you, Sneak, and he's gonna try to look for you. So I'm gonna do a perception check at disadvantage for him, and he fails. So he has no idea where you are. He's like, what the fuck? I know he was in here. And he's kind of like trying to like peek through, and you're still hidden from even that guy. And I'm gonna do 10, 15, 20, 25. This guy goes for you too, Willow. So a few of them are starting to go for our friend Willow. Misses. This one does miss. This guy runs over to the door and starts banging on it, trying to break it down. This guy starts moving toward the door as well. They're both hitting. It's trying to break it down. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. These guys are making chase on the gnomes. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He does make it to Than. He's actually going to use his action to try and catch Than. So what I'm going to do is a competition for them both. Than's purple. I rolled 2 natural 20s for both of them. Oh my god. Okay. I don't know what the fuck to do here. So, Goblin Guy is literally trying to capture Than with a giant net, and somehow Than also rolls a natural 20. So what I'm thinking is Than turns around and is like, no, not again. Backward! He kind of like closes his eyes and is just holding. I think they're both just holding each other's arms right now, and Than just having some incredible strength out of nowhere. So I think it's kind of a stalemate. They're both just like grappled to each other. And yeah, the goblin's like, what the? Huh? What the hell is this? They're just kind of confused. And I'm going to say this goblin. Yeah, it's going to go for you too, Willow. You're getting surrounded. Sorry, you're the only one out here. This one hits. And it hits for 2 damage this time. So it's 4. So 2 damage because of your rage. So now your shield is totally gone. Your health shield. These guys move up following their captain. Okay, and I think that's it. So that's it for the goblins. All right, so Than's turn actually. I rolled initiative for him this time. I think Than's just gonna try to overpower this guy. I'll do a strength check for Than. What the fuck? Than rolled a dirty 20 this time, and the other guy rolled less. Than actually is like, no, you won't hurt my friends or me. And he actually like does fucking just flips him over on the ground, and this guy is now prone. I don't know. The dice are crazy. So this guy is on his ass as Than is actually holding himself up. That's it for Than's turn. Melvin, it's your turn, and then we have Lyx Sandbottom. Or sorry, Melodia. Melodia is your turn, and then we have Lyx Sandbottom. This is hilarious. I can't believe what's going on here. So things are heating up as the captain is looking at Willow dead on.
So I am going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 here.
Okay.
Then shatter. Let's cast up. Submit.
Okay.
So 10-foot radius.
Okay.
Is going to...
What's the range of it?
It's like 60.
Oh, okay, I trust you.
Enough that I can.
So you don't want to hit the homies?
Yup, not hitting the homies.
So probably those 3 guys, right? Or yeah, I think probably those 3 guys is your best bet?
Yup.
Okay, I'll do saves for all of them. Purple is big bad. Uh-oh. Oh god. I am rolling like a god today, guys. So this is scary. I think so it's a what save is it actually?
16.
Okay, is it a dex? What is it? Constitution save. Yeah, captain definitely saves with a 19. The other guy saves as well with a 17. One of them does fail. I'll say the one actually closest to Willow fails. So what happens to him?
So they take half as much.
Oh, the other guys take half as much damage. Okay, so do your damage.
11.
Okay, so half of that, we'll call it 5. Well, this guy, what does it look like? You kill one of them.
It's just like a percussive sort of like boom force of energy, perhaps a little bit more since he upcast it.
Okay.
Since she upcasted it. So she kills one of the ones surrounding Willow and damages the other two.
Yep.
Bonus action, I'm going to inspire Willow. Willow, you can do it! So I'm going to expend a bardic point.
Cool.
Ooh, yep.
And what dice does Willow get?
She gets a
Are you at D8? D8. Okay, so Willow, you have a D8 bardic inspiration. As your friend Melodia comes from behind a tree, casts a powerful spell, emitting a powerful sound, almost hurting you. You almost feel the sound wave of it almost about to touch you, and somehow doesn't quite, thanks to your friend's masterful use of the spell, and one goblin drops right in front of you. And the captain looks incredibly angry seeing one of his men die, and looks at you with absolute fury, showing teeth, growling at you, Willow, seemingly not too aware of where that came from or who did that, even though crazy noises are kind of coming out everywhere. Anything else, Melodia? Nope. Okay, Lyx, you're up. You
All
got
right, so
Than.
completely flabbergasted by Than's strength. Like, known this kid forever. Can't believe he just did that. But I see that he's like kind of trembling, and I'll step in front of him, kind of push him behind me. Like, I want to shield him from. So I don't even want to move that much, but like I basically want to move in front of him.
Okay. Yep.
And then I'll use my bonus action to cast Dragon's Breath on myself.
Okay.
And I am going to exhale
Ooh,
acid
good timing.
fire onto these both of these mofos.
Okay, do it.
All right, make a dexterity saving throw for each creature.
Uh-huh. Oh God, they did quite well. I think they saved.
Oh.
They did 18 and 17. Sorry, I'm rolling really well today.
So they did save, but they still get half damage.
Okay, how much is their damage?
Let's see.
So metal music starts to play as Lyx's energy starts to froth through her body, this arcane power from within.
Like I'm gonna just open up the door in my mind for Craig to see me vomit acid fire.
Oh wow.
Also,
you let Craig see this.
Yeah.
So
also,
for a brief moment you hear like, what do you, and then you do this. So how much damage is it? Sorry.
So it's 14, so half of that is 7 for each of them.
You still melt them. How does this look?
Oh, yes. Okay, so...
Oh, yeah.
just, like I said, green vomit, acid fire, and you sadly just see them start to melt. And maybe they're screaming. And...
Oh, yeah.
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 And I'm like, hands on my knees.
No, this is, I feel like this is, if you're okay with that, I feel like this is pretty gruesome. Like bones start to show for a minute as they're like, oh, fuck, and they're literally sizzling away. You're doing this in front of Than, you kind of like shove them aside. You open the door to Craig. You say, Craig, look at this.
Yeah.
And as this happens, right, as Craig sees this, all you hear is, I may have underestimated you, gnome. You hear this insane laughter just emanating within you, and you just hear good, more, show me more.
And like maybe a little bit of acid drips down my mouth, and it stings a little bit, like it creates a little burn.
And Ben is just like, holy shit, just in absolute shock. He's like, there's a lot I don't know about you still, huh? Anything else?
I thought I showed you what I could do in the tavern. Maybe he wasn't there.
He was, but he was at the table.
Yeah, dropped an acid ball.
Oh, no, he may have been with the gnome flinger with Becklin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Insert response.
Okay. Cool. All
Maybe
right.
a little psychotic wink.
Okay, a scary wink at Than. Alrighty. Is that it then?
Indeed, that's it.
The teeth start to move, chattering around. And this one actually tries to bite your horse Spitfire, and it misses, but it's trying to chomp at your horse Spitfire. This one goes to the goblin right here. This one goes to the goblin over here, and it looks like they're trying to bite it, and they both succeed. As the goblins are like, what the fuck? Oh! And like one of them like bites and chomps onto the ass of this one. I feel like it's probably an ass bite from that angle. And this one gets a finger as the goblin's like, huh? And then just doesn't pay attention and jumps in Does some damage. Does some damage. Those teeth. That one is missed. I'm actually gonna say that Tatina goes, "Yeah, you bastards, take more!" And she throws out 2 more of the teeth, one over here, and throws out another one really far out into the field over around there. So she's still throwing her crazy inventions out. Alrighty, and now it's the Hobgoblin's captain as he breathes out from his nostrils really intensely and rushes at you, Willow, and immediately sends out 2 greatsword attacks. Oh my god. Does a 14 hit?
It just hit.
Okay, so only 1 hits then. Only
Okay.
1 hit. So that's good. All right, so you only take with your rage, you take 5 damage. But
So quick question.
yeah.
I'm blanked on almost all sides. Did he roll at advantage?
So what I'm gonna do is he does have something here.
Okay.
So his goblins are here and they say, "Yes, Commander or Captain Zerx." Yeah, let's go with that. Captain Zerx is here. And he swings down, does 5 damage, and then adds an extra 6 damage to that. So 11 damage as the inspiration from his friends. I won't really explain what it is, but trust me, he has this and does more damage. He kind of slices down into your shoulder, I think, and then stabs forward to slice more, and you just, a bunch of your blood kind of batters from your shoulder as you get hit from this captain. And he looks at you in your face as he's close to you and he says, "You will regret facing the Red Dragon Army." All right, Sneak, it's your turn. And then we have Willow.
Okay. Well, let me try to break up some of this heat. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Okay, so this guy back here is still looking for me, probably, right?
He might be. He definitely didn't find you, though.
Okay. Well, let's say he's still looking for me.
Okay.
In the back. I'm gonna trap him and I'm gonna just pop out with my dagger and just see if I can stab him in the jaw.
Do it at advantage.
Okay.
Plus, wouldn't that be sneak attack because he's...
If he lands the hit, yeah. If he lands the hit, sneak attack. So yeah, so sneak attack is damage always. I mean, that first one hits, my friend. And I'm gonna say that it's more than enough. So how do you do this? No, all the dice, you could roll 1s on all of them and it's more than enough. So how does this look?
I'm basically like, I'm cripped down and he's like kind of searching. And
Okay.
as he like goes to bring like a piece of wood out, I pop up and just get him right in the jaw.
Nice. Hell yeah. So you were like kind of crawling through it a little bit, just hidden. Just this, I just imagine this little psychotic fucking Kender with a tattoo and this crazy mask and this goblin like, "Where the fuck are you?" And just like the smallest second of like this, just, but the fear lasted a second as you finish them off. All right, anything else?
I think I will try to move closer to Willow just to like see if I can break up some of the beating she's getting.
Okay.
So can I move like just behind her?
Yeah, but you will be not hidden obviously anymore.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm sure you know that.
Yeah.
Cool. Yep, so you
I'm on
jump
my
out
turn.
and you're right there. So Willow, yeah, you hear, I don't know if Sneak says anything, but
Yeah, I'm like, hold on, dude, I'm coming.
you just totally assassinate some dude and you just, "All right, my friend," and just jump off the wagon. Hold up, dude.
Thanks, little buddy. So before I go, does that cancel out the flanking since he's also in it or no?
He's technically not in it, so it has to be, I'm pretty sure it's like next to, like, you'd have to have
Right,
2
okay.
characters around him. So you're
Okay,
flanked
cool.
for sure, right? So if
Yeah.
the roles were reversed, yeah. Thanks for reminding
Yeah.
me about that. I forgot about that rule.
Sorry, I watch a lot of Critical Role, but you're right. Yes. So I am gonna
Oh
try.
shit, I actually have a house rule with flanking, but it doesn't really matter. It's just, instead of advantage, it's just +1 per person flanking. So it's kind of a nerf.
Okay.
Just because I think it's a little too powerful for it to be advantage, but I think it's fair to add a little umph to it. And it
Okay.
really rewards, like, if all of you are flanking someone, then it's like each of you are doing, +4 or whatever. So sorry, little house rule tidbit. I think I have it in my house rules.
No,
Yep.
that's awesome. So yeah, I'm gonna go for the main guy again.
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't know why I did that
First.
twice. Because
It's
15
okay.
hit?
First, yeah, I mean, it would be the first one, right? So the 20 hits for sure. I mean, both hit,
Okay.
both would hit.
Okay. Yeah, I meant to. Yeah.
So okay, and then the second one's not damage. No, you have it, so you're at advantage for some reason. So roll for damage, roll to hit.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know how to turn that off. I'll figure it out another time.
Perfect.
So,
It adds your rage, which is great, and
but
then
I
you could
also
add your
add
radiant.
the
Yeah.
D6.
Yep.
So I'm getting to that.
Yep.
Yes, finally rolling well.
Nice. Oh shit. Okay. So 7, 13 damage, right?
Mhm.
Nice. What does that look like? He's good, but it hurts. It's a powerful hit.
I'm basically gonna tell him, like, I love that you are inspiring your men. It'll be even better when I cut you down in front of them. And I'm gonna go again because I got 2 attacks.
Oh shit. Okay, go for it.
I really hope I hit because that was a good line. Nope.
You don't.
Okay,
So-
wait, but I have Savage Attacker and it's a melee this time, so I can roll again.
Oh, okay. I'm
That's
not sure what that is. Savage Attacker?
Yes, so
What's that from?
it's the feat that I got to literally have it pulled up right here. You roll melee weapon attack damage. Oh, damage.
Yeah, so if your
Okay,
damage roll was
roll that.
bad. So you probably won't do that then, right?
Yeah, no.
Okay, so you can reroll damage basically, which is good. Let's say that's really good because let's say if you land like a critical hit, I mean you can use my house rule, but you can like really try to maximize that to do a shit ton of damage. I can check that out though. You can send that to me because I forgot that you had that.
No, that's right. But I also do have the Bardic Inspiration, so I'm going to see if
You can try to add that. Yeah,
Thank you,
the
Melodia.
D8. Go ahead, roll that D8. Oh, it's not enough. No. Alrighty.
closer.
That's it, right?
Yeah, I only got the 2, and I'm gonna
Okay.
stay where I'm at because I'm low and taking that many opportunity attacks. Not smart.
Yeah. Cool. And it is the goblin's turns, actually.
Mhm.
So I'm actually going to say that this goblin goes for you, Sneak. And because you're still within 5 feet, so he just kind of swings at you and says, "There, she has backup," and misses against you, Sneak. I'm going to say that the other goblin goes for you, Willow. What the fuck? Misses. Uh-oh, my luck might be running out. They're not going to run. This guy's going to be like, "I heard something over here." 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. What's going on? And then he actually sees you, Melodia. You're face to face with them. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. This one's kind of just heading into the battlefield. This guy has a thing on his ass, but he tries to strike at the door again. He does hit the door. The door's starting to like make crumbling sounds as this guy also rushes over to the door, misses with a natural 1, somehow misses the door, I guess shocked by the shocked by the thing on his
Doesn't hit
hand.
his friend with that one.
I'm gonna say no. It's a door. Technically, I think this should be at advantage when it's a still object, but that would be funny. Ah, you know what? For shits and gigs, he nicks him for 1 damage. You convinced me. Ah, what the fuck? Churzik? Hey, I think that's all our goblins. Yeah, you guys are tearing them apart. Okay, then it's Dan's turn, and Dan's like, Lyx, I'm scared. Shit, I gotta move you for a second. Scared, I'm gonna go up here, I think. I don't know. What should I do? And he's just kind of like totally confused.
Maybe try and turn off some of those mechanical chickens. But also you can go hide if you want.
No, that's a great idea. I'll do that for Dan. He'll try it. Okay. He's like trying to grab it and it's like jumping around like, and he's actually getting it. And I did an intelligence check for him to tinker. And he's like, okay. Yeah, it works with, yep. Okay, pivot this fulcrum. Steam powered. Oh, cool. Okay. And this one's, it kind of like plops to the ground as you hear suddenly Tatina's like, "Hey, don't touch my fucking chicken," yelling from the rooftops. And Dan kind of makes eye contact with her like, "Huh?" And that's Dan's turn. But that one is out of commission. So good call there. Like, all right, Melvin, it's your turn and then it's Lyx.
Okay, so with that, Melodia is going to advance forward into the field. Bonus action, we're going to use Healing Word on Willow at 2nd level. So 9 hit points back to Willow. And then I'm going to use Innate Drow Magic, Color Spray. So a dazzling array of flashing colored light springs from your hand. The total is how many hit points this of creatures this spell can affect.
Yeah.
Creatures within the 15-foot cone from you are affected in ascending order of hit points. So starting with the creature with the lowest hit points.
Yep.
Each creature affected by this spell is blinded.
Okay, so what's the range of that? Or it's just you see them?
15.
15 feet from you?
15 feet cone.
Okay. All right. Where are you aiming it?
Ooh.
Yeah, you would hit Willow there.
Wait. Yeah, okay. It's going to parse out like that so that those two, the captain and the goblin to Sneak's right, are attempting to be blinded.
Yep. Okay, so it succeeds on the lower one for sure. So it's the hit point total?
Yep.
Hit point total. Okay, so the bottom one is blinded as this giant, is it kind of like, how would you describe this, Melvin?
Flashing crazy lights that blind the opponent. So yeah. Yeah, and then I'm going to beat a hasty retreat and use movement to 5, 10, 15 to go back behind here.
Okay, and something I want you to note is actually you do it to the captain, and he just in time gets to cover, as it's not quite enough health points to blind him, but it is enough for the goblin, if I'm understanding the spell correctly. Cool. So you move over. Anything else? You did your bonus. You did your action.
And then I'm going to shout to Willow to relay that information that he's strong.
Yeah. Yep. And just so you all know, being blinded, basically, obviously, perception checks immediately fail, and attack rolls have advantage on this creature, and they have disadvantage on hitting. Okay. So that's for this guy over here. I kind of gave him a little weird black marker on him. Okay. So Lyx, right?
Yep.
Your turn.
All right. So let's talk about perception. Like, will I have noticed that they're trying to break down the door and the door is crumbling?
Go ahead and roll perception.
All right.
And I'm going to roll for Than, actually, because he kind of made eye contact. Oh my God, lesser than with a natural 20 again.
Wow.
Than just tells you, well, they're trying to break in. They're trying to break in. And then he also kind of yells at her. He's like, well, we're here to help. After she yelled at him about the chickens.
Okay, nice. Good, because I rolled a 4. So
Okay.
I was lost.
And you rolled a natural 20.
Cool. So thank you, Than. And I'll move. Let's see. So I need to make sure I don't run into that one chicken. 5, 10, 20, 25. I guess I'll nestle there.
Okay. And then we have the hobgoblin captain and then sneak.
So I have 60-foot range and I'll cast Dissonant Whispers to
Okay.
the guy closest to the door.
Okay.
And so make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. 11.
All right, that fails.
Yep. What happens? Doesn't this do extra damage if
Holy shit.
they've gotten hurt? Oh no, that's the toll. Of the
No,
bow.
they do take 14 psychic damage.
What does this look like?
So, but what's funny is that, like, the reaction is that it moves as far away from you as possible. So I imagine it almost like flings away from me into the door. Maybe it's almost blocking the door now.
No, I think it would go actually, it would run toward its captain. 5,
Okay.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So it's moving away, right? In fear?
No. Sorry, the dead character.
The dead character moves?
Well, no, that's part of the spell is that it moves as far away from you. So in my head, it's like, as it's dying, it's like trying to, I don't know, get away as far as possible. It's
that's what I was thinking, that he's running away as these whispers are gnawing at its brain, right?
Yeah,
Is that it?
exactly.
Okay. So I feel like the safest for them would be toward the captain.
Okay.
10, 15, 20. Otherwise we risk it breaking down the door.
I see. Okay.
The teeth actually don't react in time. They're not fast enough for that. As this guy's screaming out to the bathroom, captain! And then his brain kind of like collapses as they perish. And the captain does notice that and looks over and is like, what the fuck? And
it's you whisper a discordant melody that only one creature of your choice can hear.
Okay.
So I just imagine that we have the beauty and power of Melodia on one side and then something very creepy and disgusting coming out of my mouth.
Yeah, okay. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay, and then suddenly the teeth start to move again and they go for this guy. This one actually starts moving toward you, chattering, bouncing around. This one misses. This one starts to go over here, chattering around. This one moves over here and goes for this goblin next to Willow and actually hits and does a good amount of damage on them as the teeth attack the goblin there. This teeth again go for Spitfire and it hits. Spitfire's health shield is gone, so that's a good thing you gave them that. And that's it for the teeth. As Tatina throws out more teeth. She's like, get out of my house! Just kind of screaming and cursing up a storm. So she keeps changing the battlefield, if you all haven't noticed, with her crazy inventions. Alrighty, it's the captain's turn. The captain's kind of looking at you in a defensive stance, Willow. Slashes at you twice. Oh shit, okay, I'm pretty sure they hit. We have a 21 and a 19. That hits. Okay, they're going to do... Okay, let me roll these real quick. Oh, God. Okay, you do have rage. I rolled 20, so you take 10. You take 10 damage with your rage. So I subtracted it for you. Sorry, I jumped the gun. And subtracted it. And then suddenly the captain looks at you and says, you fought well, but I see you've brought tide users. Men, retreat! We live to fight another day. And you can take an opportunity attack, I'm guessing, as he starts to run. Are you taking the opportunity attack?
Oh, I most certainly am.
All right, do it.
I'm assuming an 18 hits.
That hits. Roll for damage. Oh shit. Tense dices. Okay. It's a good chunk of health plus your radiant. Oh. So 19, right? If I'm doing my maths right?
Yes.
Okay.
Is he at least looking
What
rough?
is this? What does this look like? They're not dead. But
Okay.
what is this attack? This is a heavy hit.
Hey, we're not done yet. You don't get to be a coward. And then I just go for him.
And he keeps running as you slash at his back, blood going everywhere. He looks rough as he actually exits the battlefield and he kind of like commands this goblin something. That's his turn. Sneak, it's your turn.
I'm going to go ahead and just try to slash at the guy on the left
Okay.
of Willow, and with my dagger.
Do it. And yeah, do it.
23.
That's a natural 20.
Mm-hmm.
That's a natural 20. How do you do this? They're 100% dead.
So after she slashes him in the back, I'm like, yeah, fuck this. And I just like punch that guy.
So she slashed the captain who ran away. You're going for this guy.
Right.
Okay,
yeah.
So
As she's slashing, I'm like running towards this guy because let's say he sees her charging the boss and he's like, no, like, so I'm gonna like stop him and just knock him just straight in the dome with the dagger, dude.
Yep, totally dead.
I love dome hits.
Collapses as you stab him straight in.
And then with my bonus action, I'd maybe like to taunt the guy on the right.
Okay, do that. What do they have to do? Is it a wisdom save?
So here, I sent it up. It's an extraordinary ability to fluster creatures. As a bonus action, you can unleash a string of provoking words at the creature within 60 feet. Target must succeed a wisdom save.
It fails. It so it has to attack you. So this guy's already blinded. He's like, my eyes. And then what are you saying to him?
I'm like, wait, go. I'm like, you dumb bitch. I'll just say that.
What? I'm gonna let you off. I heard you. And yeah, you triggered him.
Cool.
Anything else?
No, I'll end my turn.
All right, Willow, it's your turn.
So I know you said he went off the map, but how far did he actually get?
So, being fair, I mean, honestly, he's just like one more square to the right of where he is, being completely fair. You can probably reach him with a ranged attack, or actually you have 40 feet of movement.
I don't think you should.
You can actually reach him. You'll be in range with your. You could be in range with him with a melee attack if you use your full movement speed, but you do take an opportunity attack from the goblin next to you, and that is at disadvantage. At disadvantage, exactly, because they're blinded. Well, actually, you would take 2 because there's this goblin here, unless you can see a way to go around them. So one's at disadvantage, one wouldn't be. This is if you're trying to hunt this guy down. And actually, this guy's taunted, so he's at. Actually, I don't know if opportunity attacks count for this. It's already at disadvantage.
Double disadvantage.
Yeah, if only that stacked.
I could throw in a -1 on him. A -1 with a disadvantage.
Yeah, no, I think she's gonna try to go for it.
All right, let's see if you survive these hits.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But
okay, first one misses. First one feels something, you brushing past it, and it swings like aimlessly, totally missing. The second one goes for you and misses with a 10.
Okay, sweet.
So you are in melee rage as you're huffing and puffing. And the captain looks behind them and they're like, what the fuck? What do you do?
Get him, Willow.
Battle.
All right, roll to hit. You hit. That lands. Honestly, how do you do this? It's over. It's over for them. They're running. Their backs to you. They're trying to retreat. You may have
Your army
froze a
might
little.
be powered, but you don't get to leave. And just for flavor, we'll just cut his head off.
Okay, you slice his head off as Captain Zerk falls to the ground. And immediately as a reaction, the remaining living goblins drop their weapons. They're like, we surrender. How do you all react? So now they don't want to battle anymore. They're out of combat. It's actually their turn next. So there's the 3 over here, and I think one more at the door. They surrender. Actually, I'm going to say the one at the door is like, man, fuck this shit. And he actually escapes. He probably makes it out as they haul ass, unless someone's really trying to haul ass after them. And it would probably only be Lyx that could really have a fair chance.
I think hearing that, I'll just call out, hey guys, what do we want to do? And also, I'm so sorry, I forgot her name again, the person we came here for.
Tatina.
And also yell, Tatina, what do you want? They were the ones attacking you.
Yeah, so why don't so combat is done. Congratulations, because they surrendered and they dropped their weapons as you finish off the captain, chasing him down, and you just Lord of the Rings style cut off the head. It goes flying in the air, spinning around, and the other goblins are just like, what the fuck have we gotten ourselves into? As they did not expect to run into the bronze bombers. But yeah, that's the end of this combat. So we'll get back to you guys deciding what's going to happen to these guys who have dropped their things. There's still a bunch of crazy inventions around. I'll clean up the battlefield a little bit. Willow, I'll probably say you're too far to actually like communicate well to Tina, but to your teammates that are nearby. Yeah, to your teammates that are nearby, you definitely can. And yeah, we'll kick off from there so you all can, I don't know, text each other or whatever. But there's a decapitated captain at Willow's feet and horrified goblin soldiers. 3 horrified goblin soldiers over around there. Your horse is kind of razzled too, trying to dodge the fucking chattering teeth. Yeah, and there's just a ton of chattering teeth everywhere now. I just kept rolling for those, and you know what? The dice decide our fates sometimes. Okay, cool. So let's do a 10-minute break. So we'll get back at the 03 of your time. Yeah, I mean, so you all stomped the ground, mostly coming out unscathed. Willow, you took a decent beating, but honestly, you got the big guy that was trying to get away and took out a few others along your rampage. I feel like this was truly a kind of a rampaging, this was probably Willow's most rampagey barbarian moment yet. Chasing down the head boss as terrified goblins try to protect the boss, but they fall in vain as the boss is running and has 1 second to barely glance behind, and too late. Head is gone as the fully realized barbarian is just blessed axe though, so a little bit of a Kiri Jolith barbarian there. But yeah, I mean, these guys drop their weapons. I'm guessing this one probably steps away from you and starts going a little closer to their friends. We're not in combat anymore, so really you guys can react how you want and move around how you wish. Tina starts to run down her stairs and actually runs out and yells at the 2 gnomes, I think, is yelling at Lyx and Than and is like, who the hell are you guys? Why'd you attack the Red Dragon army?
Are they speaking common?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they destroyed our home, and it looked like they were trying to destroy yours.
We were sent from Vogler to come find you, actually.
So Sneak, are you gonna move over there? She's actually over here right now. She's not with the goblins.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna move over there. Well, no, actually, she'll go ahead and talk. I'm not gonna talk. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay with the goblins.
Okay. So Tina says, there's more of them over there. There's more of them over there. And you know what the hell's going on here? And she kind of runs over and like maybe grabs one of her chattering teeth. Actually, no, she grabs her chicken. She grabs her robot chicken over here and actually comes over. So Sneak, you can say what you wanted to say because I think she wants to rush over to the goblins that were attacking her house. So if there was something you wanted to add, go ahead and jump in.
All right. As we're like trying to get these people on their knees and shackled up, we were sent by Vogler, the government of Vogler, to come find you. We intercepted messages from the Dragon army. So we just trying to make sure you're good.
What do you mean good? I mean, I'm doing a lot better thanks to all of you. And now thanks to these bastards. Who the hell are you? And what are you doing on my lawn? Why are you attacking my shit? And the goblins are kind of like looking at her and looking at you, Sneak. Willow, are you doing anything? Or Melodia or Sneak, any like expressions or anything else going on here?
I mean, I think just ultimately I'm like, get your asses on the ground, like on your knees, bitches, like fucking arms behind your back. I think all of us are yelling.
So you want to like tie them up? Is that what you're trying to do?
We are absolutely yelling at them. Melodia is unleashing a string of reeds like, you ugly bitches, get down on the fucking ground or so help me God. Me and my friends will kill you. Get down now.
They like obey.
Tuning sword.
Yeah, they obey you all, especially after Willow's scene there. They are obeying you guys without hesitation. And I mean, you guys totally, however you're wanting to rope them or whatever. I don't know if it's like behind their hands behind their back, roped together or something. They're totally submissive and I guess on the ground.
Yeah, Willow's just menacing with covered in blood that is both hers and not hers, and just kind of holding the axe out just in case anybody tries to see our mercy as weakness.
Yeah, I kind of imagine like Willow walking back, like maybe your hair is kind of disheveled a little bit. Yeah, blood everywhere now. Maybe you like do the classic like spitting blood out, just a glob of blood on the ground, just looking horrifying to them. Maybe you move a little closer, or maybe you would let them see their dead captain, I imagine. So Tina
back with his body. I'm not going to pick up the gross guy's head. I think the blood on my axe is enough. But
I mean, they're already horrified. If you want to take it further, you can. They're so horrified. I'm not doing any dice checks here. Like they, win. You succeed.
Lyx is checking on Than. Are you okay?
Than's like,
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen a steam engine combustion device on something like that ever. That's incredible. How does she do that and make it a moving chicken too? That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, she seems like weird and smart, but like, how did you do all that stuff? We've known each other for so long. I've never even seen you like do anything in gym class.
Oh, I just watched Sir Becklin train all the time with Darrett, I guess, and I didn't really join in, but I paid a lot of attention. She had incredible form. Well, she did show me some pointers every now and then. I did live with her after all.
Oh, pain hits Lyx in the gut hearing Becklin's name.
Yeah, Dan's like,
I guess I should really thank her if she is around.
Yeah.
I need to thank her because she's taught me more than I thought I knew. He's like, but you, I'm guessing Sir Becklin didn't teach you all that.
No, I'm not sure we want to get into all that now. Maybe Lyx just kind of cuts the conversation off. Can I like try and grab the horse reins or calm it in some way?
Yeah, these teeth are still chattering around actually, so the horse is kind of freaking out. Do you want to try animal handling?
I'll try it since I'm
Go
right
ahead.
by the horse right now.
Yeah, go ahead, do it. Fan is of no help here. He would
Okay.
probably hurt your
Oh my
roll.
god, I got a dirty 20.
Nice. Yeah, you're able to calm it down. And then maybe actually runs over using his intuition from before. Oh no, this time he does fail with the teeth, and the teeth actually take a bite out of him. He's like, all right, if it's the same as before, just gotta move. Okay, yep, I see the, and then it gets onto his hand, and he's like, oh shit! And it's like kind of biting his hand as he starts running around in pain. So he's actually making quite a commotion. As Tatina looks at him and is like, what the hell's wrong with this guy? And then she kind of like looks at all the goblins and all of you and is just like, who the hell are all of you?
Here are the bronze bombers. I'm Sneak.
Okay. And then Tatina's like, bronze boobers. Oh, okay, bronze boobers, thanks for helping. What is all this though? Why are you goblins attacking me? And like this is reinforced by Melodia's like sword to the throat of the goblin. And then he speaks actually. He's like, Please, I'll tell you everything. Just please, don't kill us. Please, can I have your word, please?
Heard. Speak.
Well, we don't know that much. We were told to come here to get some kind of devices that you were making, Tatina. There was someone named Greganis that you've worked with. He worked with us in the past.
And then Tatina's like, yeah, he wanted my weed whacker 5000, and I gave it to him. I sold it to him. It's a great device. You should check it out.
Willow was immediately on edge.
Yeah. So Greganis' name is said. And then they're like, but Greganis couldn't follow up with the second order for some reason. We don't know why, what happened. We lost communication with him. So we were sent with Captain Zerk over there, who's no longer here. Actually, wait, I have something cooler. Give me just a second. Here we go. I got this. Sword to throat. So, and they're like, I don't know. I don't know anything else. Just the leader of the Red Dragon Army is someone powerful with a red eyeball or something. We were recruited. We were just a tribe recruited from the south. They gave us wealth and weapons and armor beyond our imagination, so we had to join them. And I don't know, they said something about meeting at some village they were going to destroy. Volgan? I don't know the north up here. You can jump in, anyone. Are you going to do something, Melodia?
Melodia is going to take the sword from that one's throat and chop off the head of the one next to the blinded one. But I love that the tuning sword has a beautiful melodic sort of ringing.
Okay.
And absolutely, you feel that wind, you hear that tune, you hear bone, sinew, just lob off.
Okay, do it. It's at advantage. You'll probably kill it. Let's just say for the sake of this. So this one's just like, and doesn't have a moment to react as it's decapitated, and the two next to them are like, oh my God, holy shit, as they're absolutely horrified.
Start speaking faster, Melodia says.
I told you everything I know. Captain Zerk kept things from us. It's the Red Dragon Army. They're attacking Volgan. We're supposed to bring these devices that can communicate across space or something. Tatina, right? You have those, don't you? Or one of you knows, I don't know.
And then Tatina's like, yeah, I have my mobile Fargabs. Greganis said he was interested in those, but he didn't talk about attacking me or any Red Dragon Army or anything. And then she looks at you, Melodia, and she's like, could you stop
littering my damn lawn with dead bodies? There's already enough here.
And she yells at you, Melodia.
Melodia looks back after like flinging the tuning sword, blood off the tuning sword, and sort of holds it. Not exactly like overarm, but rather underarm, so it's a little softer.
Okay.
Those inventions of yours destroyed people's homes.
What homes? I don't know what's going on. I just make inventions to make my life easier. Mostly cutting the lawn, adding fertilizer, and I mean, that's pretty much it. Getting toothpaste,
Killing innocent farmers.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
Have you ever made anything like a tank? Like a moving weapon?
What? What the hell's a tank?
You guys can all do insight checks.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Than finally got the chompy thing on him. I don't know if anyone helped him. And he's just kind of catching his breath. Yeah, I mean, Sneak and Melvin, not Willow. Willow, you're still suspicious. You don't know what's going on. But Sneak and Melvin, as far as you guys can tell, it seems like Tatina is telling the truth. It doesn't seem like she's nervous. It seems like she's pretty confident in what she's saying. And with that insight check, you feel like maybe the answers could be inside her workshop. Maybe that she has something in there. So you can maybe see her inventions close up. Just knowing who they are, they probably have at least blueprints or something, right, within their workshop. So yeah, so she's just like, I don't know what you guys, a tank, I don't know what that is. Lyx, do you do anything? Or Lyx, Sneak?
But I'll walk up, I guess, trying to lead the horse.
Okay, sure. You don't have to do another check for that.
Okay.
So it follows you. Tatina kind of like quickly like shuts off this tooth over here as it's like kind of seemingly going toward your direction.
Okay. Tatina, we came here to interview you essentially, and when we arrived, you had this going on, and we love a good fight.
Yeah, I can tell. You littered my lawn with dead bodies, but I guess that could have been me. So thanks, I think. But this is a sure hell a lot to fix. And Red Dragon Army. And then she actually looks at the goblins and she's like, who the hell are you guys? Why are you attacking me? And then the goblins are like, we already told you, it's for your inventions. We were just gonna take you. We weren't gonna kill you. We weren't gonna hurt you. Please, don't kill us. Don't kill us anymore. Take us prisoner. Please spare us. This is all we know. Our captain knew more, but he's dead.
How do you know your captain wasn't going to?
Sorry, what?
Asking him, how do you know your captain wasn't going to hurt her? Because we met Greganis, and he was also a master of deception to an extent. And you say you weren't told much.
She invented something that the Red Dragon Army has used. She's given them inventions. I don't trust her. I wouldn't trust her so closely if I was you all. And then Tatina's like, what? I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about. You paid me, and this Greganis fellow paid me. I gave him the thing. I gave him my weed whacker 4,000. And then,
are you saying
you could see that? Do you have another one?
Yeah, I'm working on it. It's still under construction, but yeah, I mean, after getting that pretty sum of money, I have it in my shop. It's not quite done, but yes.
Love if we could take a look at that.
She says, fine, but no more killing. Who the hell? You guys are the bronze boobers. What are you, like military?
It's bombers, and yes. Something like that.
Well, take these guys prisoner. I don't want any more dead bodies on my lawn.
What's a Garfab?
You know, so what are you all? Some kind of heroes or something? Mercenaries?
Bit of this, bit of that.
Well, if it helps establish any trust, I'll show you what the Garfabs are, and I'll actually let you all be she almost says test, but then is like, I'll let you have them. I'll let you have them for free for helping out. She's like, all right, let's go to my shop. Bring those 2 bubs with you. And don't worry, my chickens will protect us if anything gets funky. So what do you all do?
I was going to walk over to Melodia and just put a hand on her shoulder and be like, we'll stop for now. If they give us reason, that's something, but we'll keep them alive for now. Good?
So 2 of the goblins remain alive for now. I'm just going to move them over here just to symbolize that they're captured or something, but they're obviously not over there. So you all head into the workshop, I'm assuming, it sounds like? Yeah, so you all enter, and I mean, this is as tinkery, gnome, steampunky of a workshop as it can get. I mean, there's strange tubes throughout the roof, all kinds of gears and turning mechanisms around the walls, different wacky clocks. Actually, it looks like there is a classic cuckoo clock with a little mechanical bird that pops out. Definitely something not super conventional in most of Ansalon. So Melodia, you heal Willow. And yeah, it's honestly pretty charming. It's a little messy. There's like wrenches and tools and pieces everywhere. But in the middle, there is something big and interesting. And I want everyone to do an investigation check. And Sneak, you do this at advantage. And I'll explain why in a second. And it's Fargab, sorry. Fargab. Alrighty. So she's like, anyone want tea? And she's like, oh, by the way, that's the Weed Whacker 5000 there in the middle. And it kind of has like all these ropes on it. There's like a big table that's elevating it. And my friends, these are some good investigation checks. All of you immediately recognize, Sneak, you would have definitely recognized this. All of you immediately recognize that the body of this Weed Whacker 5000 looks exactly like the Dragon Tank. The wheels, the body itself. The only thing that's different is that the bottom has these rotating blades, it seems, that you don't remember the Dragon Tank having. And she looks at you and she's like, that's the thing I sold to Gorgonis. Anyone want tea? So you all know that this is not the tank itself, but the body is the exact same thing. There's no dragon head. There's no fire spitting device on it. None of that, right? But it looks like you could maneuver it and use it the same as the Dragon Tank. It would move the same, except there's blades at the bottom that look like they're for cutting grass. And yeah, I mean, Sneak and Willow with your incredibly high checks, like you guys are actually certain that it's for cutting grass too. You're like, shit. And actually, Than rolled an incredible check too, and he's like, wow, this is awesome. And I don't think he saw the Dragon Tank itself. So he's just kind of freaking out, looking at it. Yeah, maybe Lyx, you get scared. You get scared seeing this at first because you're like, this is it. That's the thing. But it's not quite. It's not quite the thing. She looks at you all as you're like, okay, I guess no one wants tea. And she kind of like serves herself tea. The goblins are kind of awkwardly in the back. She's like, yeah, well, anyways, I guess as a thanks for helping me out, you guys can all have these and test them out. It seems like you're a good team. And she gives you all, are you ready, friends? Da-da-da-da. I shared it as a handout for you all. The mobile Fargab. Can you all see it? You should be able to click on it. It's got a really fun image, and I can describe quickly what it does. Basically, these are walkie-talkies that you can use 5 miles between you all. I think maybe I'll add some instances where like thick walls might, mess up the reception because these are radio devices. But yeah, up to 5 mile distance from one another. They're all connected to one another. It is pretty short messages that you can send. It says 25 words or less in a single message, and it does emit a sound up to 10 feet once you activate it. Yeah, and Tatina kind of shows it's kind of a funky device. You got to do like a little crank on it and then just say, and then you can jump in, and you guys hear her voice kind of popping out of the other three as she gives you Lyx the one that she's holding. She's like, this is a new thing I've been working on. My family actually, the Rukeldust, have helped develop the main Fargabs, which you've heard of, Lyx. They're like these giant backpacks. It's almost the same thing, except it's a giant backpack and it can go way further distance, but it's very clunky and massive. And actually, Lyx, you would have noticed that Castle Calaman had some of these installed in the walls on some sections. So this is a classic gnome invention from Mount Nevermind, except Tatina here has done kind of a revolutionary version of it, a little walkie-talkie version of it. So she looks at you all and she says, I hope you know I'm not a weapon maker and you guys can look at all my shit, and I don't want to cause any trouble with Calaman or anything. I have no idea what's going on, honestly, in the world. I'm out here just building my things and trying to live my life. And then Than is just in awe at everything. Go ahead.
I was gonna say to Tina, what you sold to Gorgonis became a weapon.
What?
They made adjustments and it is a flamethrower, I think, essentially a giant flamethrower.
Oh man, I'm really sorry. I would never create anything like that. I mean, even the stuff the things outside are made to cut grass, and the snakes, they shoot darts that add fertilizer to the ground. None of it was actually really hurting anyone that bad. I mean, the teeth can get you pretty badly, I guess, but I had to defend myself, and I'm really sorry. Wow, that's a crazy concept. Huh, flamethrower.
Did you only throw him the one?
Well, I gave them the blueprint too.
Oh my god.
Okay. Did you sell them anything else? I know you were working on things for them.
I was working on these mobile Fargabs. That's what Gorgonis wanted next, was a way to communicate.
Do they have the blueprints for that?
No. He talked about it. He talked about some kind of,
I don't know. He said that in ancient times, there were devices, magical devices, that the Astarians outlawed and destroyed to communicate with people through stones, but such items don't exist to my knowledge anymore. So I tried to emulate that and copy, I guess, my family's legacy with the Fargab, made smaller versions of those. But no, they don't have that. That's what these guys wanted. I'm sure of it. And then the goblins are like, I think so. Yeah. I think that was it. It was these devices. And just you in general. We were going to capture you or any gnomes. We didn't really know who exactly they were. It was just a gnome here. Yeah. And the other one just starts bawling. They're like, please, I'll afford myself. Take me to Calaman. Please. I'm sorry. They brought so much gold and weapons and please. They had scary dragons.
We know, we faced them. You can stop talking now.
They shut up, still shaking and scared, absolutely scared. And they're actually like really shaken by Melodia at this point. They're kind of staring at Melodia like really like,
Melodia realizes that her work here is done. She looks to the bronze birds and says, well, since you won't be needing me, cracking her fingers, I'll see you guys later. And she spins on her heel, and poor Melvin is oh, he's horrified. He looks at the tuning sword in his hand and he's like literally just mortified.
Out of character, Melvin can see through Melodia, right? And vice versa. Normally, you don't know? Okay, you don't have to answer that. That's okay. Okay. Regardless, he's covered in blood now. Sword's bloody. And yeah, the goblins immediately like, what the fuck? What is that? And Tatina's like, what the holy moly? Okay, so I thought I saw some weird shit going on. You guys are tide users too. Wow, you guys are an interesting bunch. Okay, maybe you can actually make use of those mobile Fargabs. And then Than is just like, so how did you do that? And then she finally looks at him and she's like, whoa, look at you. You're a nice hunk of change, ain't ya? And then Than's like immediately turns like super red and he's like, change? And she's like, all right, well, unless you guys have anything else, I think I gotta take this little fella here on a date. And actually she looks at you, Sneak, as she says that. She says, you're not too bad looking yourself, Kender. But she says, but what's better looking is that thing on your arm. What the hell is that? And she's like goes and looks at your crossbow gauntlet.
Yeah, it's a nice little piece of equipment I got. I don't know, it's very handy. I don't have to, it's always on me. Yeah.
She says, I have a really cool idea for this thing.
Oh, word.
Would you let me borrow it? Well, I don't know. What the hell's going on? Am I getting arrested? What's going on? Am I still a suspect here?
Well, you should come with us. We have to go to the council to just talk with things. We need to bring you back, essentially.
She looks at the goblins and she's like, are there more of you guys? And then they're like, yeah. And it's not just goblins. I mean, yes, there's going to be more coming to your place. You're not safe. You're not safe here at all. They might even be on their way. I don't know.
How many?
And then, well, you saw them. I've only seen some of them. Magnus, the terrifying, a giant red dragon ridden by some maniac. And then there was a Red Ruin. She was the first one to come to our village, and it was just her and her dragon, and we attacked. We attacked with crossbows. All of us. We were a village of hundreds. We couldn't land a single bolt on her. She was maneuvering that thing like something out of legend. Her name was Red Ruin, and she's the one who approached us first and told us of their power. And then some of their troops came, and Magnus came to scare us even more, and this is where we are now.
Well,
there's many more. There's
sorry, my bad.
Sorry, go. Yeah, go.
No, I was gonna say there's probably good reasons for you to come with us, and we'll make sure you stay safe, and we'll get these guys locked up.
And then the goblins look at you. They're like, "You'll spare us, really? Oh, thank you, Mr. Kender. Thank you." Tatina's like, shit. Yeah, it sounds like I gotta get the hell out of here. Okay, I'll fix up my wagon outside. It should be pretty good unless you guys roughed it up more. And because there's some shit I want to take for sure. Here, you cute stuff. And she like kind of grabs like a box of shit and throws it at Than, and he's like, what the fuck? She's like, throw it on the wagon. And then she kind of like starts bossing all of you around to just grab stuff. Does anyone listen to her to grab her shit? So Melvin, you come back, you're like, how's Melvin doing actually? Like Melvin's a little disheveled here.
Melvin's hiding behind Willow, like grasping on to poor Willow. Absolutely horrified. Kind of is aware that Melodia went a little wild. Immediately starts helping because he is a helpful, sweet angel. So he is absolutely helping to get stuff into the wagon.
Perfect. So yeah, you moving stuff, kind of all kinds of tools and gears, a couple small inventions. And she looks at you, Willow, actually. She's like, well, since the other big scary girl is gone, you think you could help me destroy this thing? There's no way we can take it. So she's telling you to annihilate the weed whacker. She's like, we can't
Oh,
leave
that
anything
will be
here.
direction to do.
Huh?
I'll just start wailing on it.
We can't drive it to town.
It's not quite functional yet for that. I got ahead of myself and added these fancy new blades. Yeah, I forgot to install the levers to move it.
Hearing that it can't move.
Unless we had like 5 more horses.
Can I have the steam engine from it?
Oh yeah, I have steam engines in all kinds of my devices here. Sure. And then she like kind of goes in and just like rips it apart, and it's like a really brand spanking new steam engine. So you have the final piece. You have the final piece of Bilbrix's little quest there. So she gives you that without hesitation. So yeah, so you guys take maybe honestly like 30-ish minutes, I would imagine, just kind of getting everything. Seems like no enemies have come yet. Probably killing and capturing the guys that were left are a good reason for that. Yeah, I'm guessing after Willow you annihilate it, maybe others chip in on destroying her devices. There's a couple other devices that she's destroying. She does bring a lot of her chickens with her. Only a couple of snakes and chattering teeth. And to the rest of her chattering teeth, she's kind of starts tearing up and she's like, go mow to your heart's content, you little angels. And then the chattering teeth just and they'll just start kind of going down the hill and bouncing about, cutting grass, biting grass off, and now you see their actual original function.
Can Lyx whisper to Sneak, grab one of those and put it in the bag?
The chattering teeth?
Yeah.
Okay, you got one.
Great, yeah.
I won't even do a stealth check because she's distracted just seeing them kind of, it's like a weird, like, I don't know, almost bunnies like hopping off into the sunlight, except it's these weird chattering teeth jumping around. And she's just like, almost like, you know, parents letting their kids go to college or something, just letting them be free.
I want to turn it off first. The last thing I want is us pulling it back out and it just immediately going off.
Wait, sorry, what?
Can we get Than to turn it off first? I don't want us like pulling it back out of the bag and it's immediately going off.
I imagine at this point, it'd be too hard of a sneak to do at that point. You can try. You guys want to try all this stealthiness, you can. But what I imagine is like Sneak being like, oh shit, and then just shoving it in. Maybe at a later time. It's a reminder to shut it off.
Maybe it'll just turn off by itself.
True. In the abyss of the bag of holding, whatever that thing actually is.
Then when you throw it out, it'll start again.
Cool. So you got the steam engine, you guys got the 4. So each of you have 1 mobile Fargab, okay? And you should all be able to see that in your journal. Basically, they're walkie-talkies to keep it simple for the rules. Okay. Yeah, and you all get in her kind of like her wagon, and she's like, are you cool if we use your horse? I meant to attach the old weed whacker there to this thing, but couldn't get it. I think your horse can handle this. And then she kind of like grabs a carrot and like gives it, like, here, buddy, and kind of gives your horse Spitfire a carrot, and was just.
Does it actually look like my horse can do this?
Let's check.
It looks like it sounds like a lot of heavy stuff, and it's just one horse.
Your horse is pretty swole.
Okay.
And they're ready to roll. They look like they're okay. It looks like they're used to this.
Okay. Then I will gently like hook her up, and whatever other treats or sweet grass around we can give her, I'll give her to kind of apologize for pulling her into battle like that.
Yeah, and you notice actually, she's like, actually, this wagon comes with an attachment to help out. And then there's like kind of these weird like steam pipes connected to extra wheels. So there's like a little bit of a push there that helps keep things a little easier. And then she's like, yeah, I used to have a horse, but my chattering teeth kind of scared it away. And she's kind of like petting one of her mechanical chickens, you know, obviously just pure metal. And it's just looking weird at all of you and just like every now and then making weird noises. And yeah, so it is kind of a trip back. It's faster than when you all walked over here. During this time sneak, she does ask again if she can modify your gauntlet, actually. She says she has an idea.
Yeah, 100%. Just be nice to it. It's my baby.
Oh, yeah. I think you're going to like this. And then she's kind of like looking at it, and she actually spends the time doing this. And then she looks at Than and she's like, check this out, hot stuff. And then Than's like, just kind of like staring at her, tinkering this whole time. Is there anything you all do? Any messages here? Anything before we head back?
Didn't Than make my original crossbow?
Yeah, so Than and Bilbrix, Lyx's dad, the sailor dad, helped build it. Yep. Okay. So Than's kind of like, she is kind of chatting with Than about like some of the details about it. And then Than just keeps mentioning Bilbrix. He's like, oh, I just helped. It's Mr. Bilbrix who's the real genius. I'm actually, my name is actually Lesser Than. And then she's like, oh, that's a sad name. I'll just call you Than. And then he's like, really? Okay. But yeah, you guys might not know that his real name is Lesser. So his last name is Van. So his full name is Lesser Than.
Can this count as a short rest so I can roll some hit dice?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. You guys can all do short rest, roll some hit dice as you guys kind of have like a nice, every now and then bumpy ride back through the woods. Dusk is kind of approaching, but not quite. As Tatina and Than seem to be getting along, Than looks really shy and in awe. Yeah, they're kind of just chatting the gauntlet. They're freaking out and nerding out about the gauntlet, just talking gibberish. It sounds like Melvin's gonna sing for you all so you can add some more hit dice onto your things. You all are kind of chilling, and unless anyone does or says anything during this trip, you all make it to the city gate, right? So now let me actually change the scene real quick, and if you all have any questions or anything to say, you can definitely jump in. And do you all want to take a break soon before this final little thingy? I can do whatever you guys want. If you guys need a 10-minute break or anything, or if you want to keep going, just let me know.
I could use a short break.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you guys kind of make it, we can act this out if you all want. Long story short, the guards definitely are like, some of them are aware of y'all's mission of, remember that the guards have kind of been cataloging all the refugees coming in. So like, obviously they stop you all and kind of investigate all of Tatina's stuff and yeah, get her name down and know immediately that she's a person of interest. I assume you all want her to hang around with you guys and maybe say something that you want to take her yourselves or something, that not to worry or something like that? Or are you guys going to let the guards take Tatina right now?
Tatina's sticking with us.
Yeah, no, she's staying with us.
And they kind of look at you suspicious and they're like, you guys act like you're real hot shots for being first timers here. And they're like, but if Marshal Nestra has given you this jurisdiction over this quest, I guess we can't complain. Go ahead. And they kind of like look away from you guys, not caring. And these are the blue suited city guard. I like to call them the blue suits, actually. I forgot to give them that name. Cool. Thank you, good guard. And we'll take a break. And I'm guessing from where you all are you guys gonna head to the port first? If not, I feel like Billbricks is waiting for you all. Billbricks Sandbottom. And we'll start from there after break. All right, so let's do 10 minutes. We'll get back at the new hour of your time. You all are back on the streets, right? The streets of Calumet. It's kind of getting darker. And Billbricks, your dad, is here, Lyx, and kind of looking anxiously. And he's like, there you are, girl. And Dan, you had me worried sick. I've been looking all over for you.
Papa.
And then, yeah, he embraces you, even though he was initially kind of flustered. He kind of has like a oof, and then he's just like, my sweet Lyx, and he kind of kisses your head. Dan actually doesn't look at him. Dan doesn't notice him as he's distracted still with Tatina. And then suddenly Tatina lifts up your gauntlet, Sneak, into the air, and she's like, I did it now. You will be as a spider or lizard. And then she looks at you, Sneak, and then Billbricks is like, whispers to you, Lyx, and he's like, what? Why do you have a crazy gnome with you? And before you answer or whatever whispers you do, Tatina is like, shows you, Sneak, your gauntlet, except now it has like 4 claws that are sticking out where the dagger was. And she has the dagger still. She gets your dagger and has it in kind of a mechanism, a strange little like metallic mechanism. And she's like, don't worry, you could still put your dagger back. And then she kind of shows you some weird clicking things, and it pulls off the claw, which has a strange device at the bottom of it with a bunch of rope in it. She's like, but if you attach this bad boy here with your crossbow gauntlet, and then she like pushes it on again, she clicks it on, shows you how to do it. She shoots up at a nearby rooftop, and the claw shoots out and grabs a rooftop, and the rope extends out. She's like, you can start zooming up these things. So Colton, I actually haven't fully detailed how this homebrew item looks like, but just write down that you have the claw shot claw shot, I think, kind of like a hook shot, but a claw shot modification.
And it's replaced with my dagger. Like I'll take my dagger out and replace it.
Exactly. So that's definitely one kind of clumsy thing about it, is that you do have to change which one you want. So in exploration, obviously that's super chill, but in combat it might be, I think it might take an action, I would say, to replace it. So it would take some time to actually be like, but I will definitely get like a homebrew of that written out, and I might do a little bit of research just to make sure I make it balanced as best as I can. I'm not too sure like how many feet of rope I want to let you use, for example. But I think it'll be decent. It'll be usable, and you can do cool stuff with it, hopefully.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah, so I'm gonna call it the claw shot modification for now. I'm writing this note for myself. Okay, so Bilbrix like sees this and he's like, wow, that's brilliant. And then Tatina is kind of like triumphantly like, yep, I know. And she like kind of jumps down and she looks at you, Lyx and Bilbrix, and she's like, is this your papa?
Yes.
Wait, you're the Sandbottoms? Is that what you said you were?
Yes.
She's like, holy crap. And she like shakes Bilbrix's hand like very furiously. She says, you guys are legends. And he's like, thanks. I guess my family is, yes. I don't know. So what happens? They're just kind of all mingling and Than is just in awe with the claw shot.
I'll pull out a Fargab and show it to Bilbrix. Check this out. Look, she made this too.
And then he's like, does it supposed to make a sound? And like kind of static comes out. He like plays with it and it's just making staticky. And he says, is it supposed to make a sound? And Melvin, Willow, and Sneak, you all hear your Fargabs. I don't know where they are, like in your pockets or something. You hear Bilbrix's voice coming out of them. And he kind of notices that. He's like, what? And then he looks at Tatina and grabs her by the shoulder. She's like, who taught you all this? And she's like, just some time out in the woods. And he's like, what's your last name? And she's like, Rukeldust. He's like, okay, yes, you all have connections to the main Fargabs. This makes sense. And he's like, do you happen to have any extra steam engines?
I have everything from your list. And
What?
I got a steam engine. Yeah, I have it all. And Sneak, could you let me borrow the bag of holding really quick?
Cool. So you give
pull all the
him
items
all
out.
these objects, and he's like, hey. I don't know if he could actually hold all of them. Like some of them are chairs.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are you actually like piling it on him?
Yes.
He definitely cannot hold them, and he falls to the ground. He's like, Lyx, what the devil, girl? And then Than, like, he just has this ultimate respect for your dad. He immediately jumps in. He's like, I'll help you out, sir. And like kind of runs over and helps grab the chair, and it's kind of covering his whole body a little bit. And he has the chair kind of on his head. And Bilbrix actually has a slight little tear on his eye. And he like wipes it away. He's like, you got it all done so quickly. Thank you so much, Lyx. And then he hugs you like deeply. He's like, I think this is great, but you've all brought an even better gift. Tatina, do you think you could help me? I have something I think you could help me with. And she's like, sure, as long as I can drop my shit off at your place. He's like, yeah, I found a hole in the wall that we can work in. And then, so she's willing to help with whatever. She's like, just guide the way. And as this happens, I need you all to do actually, none of you notice this person as all of a sudden you hear, so you must be Tatina. And even though she was very near you all, none of you noticed with your passive perception that Marshal Nestra was kind of leaning against a wall nearby, full armor, double sword, still in her classic gear. And she says, Bronze Bombers, you've all done really well. You've succeeded on your first mission. Congratulations. And from the looks of all of this, it doesn't seem like Tatina means us any harm.
Nope, and we even got some prisoners.
Oh yeah, I forgot about them. She's like, oh shit, that's awesome. And then the goblins are like, sorry, we're so sorry. We'll tell you everything. And she's like, yeah. Oh shit. Okay, well, I tried to do this cool thing of being alone, and I really should have brought backup for this. Okay, I guess I'll take them in, but Tatina, you're also going to have to come with me. And Bilbrix is like, wait, Marshal Nestra, is it? Please, just an evening, or maybe even a few hours. She's brilliant, and I think she could help me with something I have in mind. And Marshal Nestra is kind of like looking in your direction, Lyx, although obviously not making direct eye contact with you. She's kind of has her eyebrows up, and she's like,
Please?
Tatina
walked here without any force the whole way.
Right, but it's the support that she can give to our cause is of paramount interest.
Dad, are you doing something for the cause?
Yes! And I'm going to make him do a deception check. And it's at disadvantage against Marshal Nestra. And she's like looking at him like kind of laughing. And she's like, I see this is important to you, Mr. Sandbottom. You can have her for a few hours, but she'll need to report to me before night strikes. And Tatina's like, yes, ma'am, sir. And kind of like, it's almost like a taunt. She's like, don't worry. And she like tosses over her chicken. She's like, I'm definitely going to come back for a Chucko there. And Marshal Nestra grabs this weird robot chicken. He's like, what the? Okay. She's like, see? I'm coming. That's my buddy. So I'm gonna meet you wherever you need me, and I'm sure the bronze boobers will help out with that. All right, what do you want me to do, Mr. Billbricks, sir? And she's hyped for whatever inventive thing Billbricks wants. And Marshall Nestra's like, it's fine. I guess I can reconvene with the bronze bombers anyways, and get a lot of information. This will work. Okay, run her off. Go do what you need to do. And Than's kind of carrying like a bunch of crap, looking like a bit of a pack mule, as it looks like Tatina and Billbricks are hitting off a fun, inventive conversation as they head out somewhere into the docks, it seems, to work on Billbricks's side quest. And I will write that down. Billbricks done. It's a good job. And then just for the sake of time, I'm assuming you all share absolutely everything with Marshall Nestra, or is there anything you keep from her? Okay, so you tell her the details of everything. She kind of goes into like an alleyway with you all, has the two goblins just holding them with one arm, both of them, kind of pushing them around. And then she says, well, Bronze Bombers, you've done excellent work. I believe a reward is in order. And she actually says, but as I like to do things in a more interesting way, I'll give you all a choice. I'll give you 500 gold as a group for this quest, or I've actually managed to pull some strings with our friend Onyx. There is I'll be honest, it's a piece of shit property in the lower slums of Calaman. It's definitely a fixer-upper, but it's enough rooms for you all. Seeing as you all do your covert thing, I thought it might make sense that you wouldn't bring any precious relics or information into Castle Calaman, as I'm not even sure who's really keeping eyes on us within those walls. I don't want to pressure you all into this property, so that's why I have the gold as an option too. Out of character, right now, Marshall Nestra is offering you all, basically, the way I see this fixer-upper is you guys can design it, and then throughout the campaign, if you guys want to, and you can do this out of session, you can invest money, you can invest people. It's actually a new system in the new D&D edition that's coming called a Bastion. So basically, I'm giving you all a quote-unquote Bastion if you want, that you can upgrade a la Stardew Valley, Animal Crossing, something like that. It's totally a side thing. It's not something that really would be in session too much, but it might be. It might be if you guys turn it into, I don't know, a casino or something crazy. It could become very important. Or it's just a cool home, it's a cool hideout. But yeah, it's basically that or 500 gold. And you guys don't have to decide now. We can stop there if you want to like sit on it, talk about it as a group. Unless you guys you feel like you have an opinion that you want to share immediately.
It would probably be nice to have a base of operations.
So yeah, because right now you guys have quarters with a bunch of military in a tower. So it's just shitty bunk beds basically with shared stuff everywhere. And Marshall Nestra's obviously like you still have access to the training grounds and stuff like that, but those rooms wouldn't be yours anymore.
Could we see it before we decide, just to see how much of a fixer-upper, just out of curiosity?
Sure. But again, out of character, I want you guys to design it if you do choose it, including the shit version of it. What I'm imagining is I would give you enough rooms for everyone. There would be some kind of kitchen / maybe combined living space. There's actually a small plot of land behind it. So it is land, it is property. It's pretty small though. It's probably like, I don't know, like 20 by 20, maybe 20 by 20, just dirt behind this piece of property with trash and shit all over it. It's a fixer-upper for sure. But remember, you guys are kind of wealthy, so if you did want to invest in this, it could be a relatively worthwhile endeavor, and you guys probably have enough money to ramp it up. Oh shit, so we have 2 already that want the property. Okay, Willow, I think you're outvoted. Cool. So she's holding the deed actually, and a bag of money. I guess she's like has her like elbow like kind of on she's like kind of has her arm over the goblins, both of them. She looks kind of funky right now.
I think, well, reach up and grab the deed, be like, maybe this might suffice us as a base of operations, place where we can do our deeds.
And then she looks at the rest of the party and kind of like waiting for approval. Okay, well then I'm happy that you all have a place of your own here in Calaman now. Feel free to turn it into whatever you desire. It's basically south in the slums in the outer ring of Calaman. Not our best spot, but that is where Onyx is adding some renovations, so who knows, it might become a popping place in due time. And then she says again, thank you all. Thank you all for everything. And then she gives you all a note actually, and it looks like it's some kind of inaugural invitation invitation to the military ceremony. She says in 2 weeks' time, you all will officially be inducted into the Calaman military. It'll be quite the ceremony. We'll be celebrating all of the new inductees. I will be officially knighted as the first Knight of the Rose in 200 plus years, and we're going to honor those who have fallen, including Vogler. So this will happen in 2 weeks' time. If there's anything you all wish to do for this event, you may, but otherwise it's just show up and be inducted. So you guys got that? So in 2 weeks' time, there is this military ceremony. And now, yeah, unless you guys have anything to say, I think this is all I got for the actual session itself. Unless there's any questions for Nestra, she's very thankful. She kind of looks at you all and says, I think I trust Tatina. I'll need to talk to her more deeply, but it seems like she's into her inventions and her privacy. I can't see it. She doesn't seem to have a heart of malice, maybe of some greed, but not of intentional harm.
No, but I'd be careful who has access to her. We've already seen that her seemingly innocuous things can be turned into very deadly things. I don't think it's her intention, but be very mindful of that.
Indeed, yes. And that was actually one of my concerns and why I wanted you to bring her to me immediately, in case that was the case. Keep those mobile Fargabs secret for now. It does seem like a worthy invention for our troops, but if it gets in the wrong hands too soon, it could be dangerous. So please keep those with you, and if it's the choice between keeping it or destroying it so the enemy doesn't attain it, then destroy your device. Do I make myself plain? Cool, I'll take these guys to the spiral then. You all have a good evening. I'll see you in 2 weeks unless you need me. And she kind of like grabs them and is walking them off. Anything you guys want to do to each other or say or anything before we talk housekeeping?
No.
Cool, okay.